How's it going, guys? I'm CTM Amygdala, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Warzone video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a pretty good hiding spot that came to my attention via Nick Mercs. And then after that I actually end up clutching the win in this game, so be sure to stick to the end to see how I do it. And if you guys enjoy, be sure to click that like button, and also don't forget to subscribe. So this spot's extremely easy to get into. All you're going to want to do is land at the plane crash next to the frozen lake that's right outside of military base. And I would get looted up before going up in the tree. However, I'll show you how to actually get up in there in a second. And like I said, it's really easy. I definitely think I made the right choice here picking up the Diamati, as it's a much better close range weapon than the Stoner. You see right there. And now here you have to kind of run and then jump over the patch of dirt to get up into the tree right here. It's going to be right where the wing of the plane is, and you're pretty much hidden in the bushes. I would recommend using a darker skin like either Rose or one of the ghillie suit skins, because I believe the guy here does end up actually seeing me, because I do actually die by this guy, but I do end up coming back from the gulag and winning the game. And you'll actually see this guy again later, even though you can't really see him when he kills me because the tree's blocking it. I did notice the name, and you will actually see this guy later again in the video. So I would have been better off if I just didn't shoot there, because what happened was he could see where my bullets were coming from, whereas I couldn't see him at all because the leaves were blocking me.
You lose, your fight is over. You're up, soldier. Now go sort this fucker out. Yeah, there are. Stand by for redeployment.
So now I notice that the tree is actually in the gas, so I'm not able to go back there and actually win the game from the tree. So what I do here is I decide to position myself, and I kind of get a gist of where everything is on the map and decide that hills is likely going to be the ending spot. So I do decide to go to Northern Promenade East, kind of up by the fire station up here, and just kind of loot around and camp it out until there's about 20 people left. And I do end up cutting all this out of the video, so I'm assuming you guys don't want to see it. But I do end up kind of going around looting the area. I do end up getting my loadout, and I actually don't see anyone until way later in the game. So here I'm kind of using the sides of the houses as my cover. So just in case I get shot from the left, I can just kind of run in between the houses and going that way. And I usually would not recommend running out in the open like this, but I decided to just go for it because I did have ground loot weapons, and I did feel like I really needed my box right there. Even though I did pick up the same gun, it's just nice having your own loadout because you've got the better attachments on it and stuff. But here I decided to go back in, and I do end up waiting a little bit more for the lobby to die down and just kind of hold that perfect positioning where I'm right in between like hills and promenade. And you'll see that this does work out for me just here in a little bit.
Gas is inbound.
So now we're more endgame, and I'm actually being forced to move. And I do actually hear somebody coming down from the gulag. And I believe I actually shouldn't have shot right there, because what happened was he pushed into the building, leading this to be a much harder face-to-face fight than it could have been. If I didn't shoot and I just let him keep running, I could have popped out behind him while he was still in the middle of the street. And take him out a lot easier than losing half my armor. And then after that kill, I do end up going to get the truck, which was a very risky play, as you'll see here in a second. However, I do think it was really the right choice, because as of right now, trucks are going to win you solo games. Like, they're practically indestructible. They take 2 launchers, and the vast majority of players are not going to be using launchers. So even though it was in the gas, I decided to go for it since I was almost top 10. And I do actually almost end up dying here. But as you can see, I was able to make it out, and it was totally worth it. So now, top 6. I've just been kind of circling the map because I don't want to sit still, because it makes me a much easier target for like rocket launchers and like C4s and stuff. So I am kind of circling around, and I do hear people fighting over here in a second. And I was back over here earlier, and I did know that there were people fighting, so I decided to check back on it. And I decided to hop out and get that clean kill as they're fighting each other. And I decided to go back around for another loop just to see if I can spot where the other 3 players are. I know that one of them's in the gas station. I just recently saw one of them outside where the pumps are. So I decided to go for the guy near the pumps, and I realized that there's a second one hiding next to the pumps. And the last one is actually inside the gas station. And he actually did end up having a rocket launcher, which kind of scared me a little bit, so I decided to play the back for a while. And as you can see here, I jump out with the truck blocking the other players, put on my armor, and I go straight for the zone, and then I kind of ditch my truck. Because I know that dude has the launcher, so I decide that I don't want to be in it, I just want to hold them, whereas I have that power position because they both have to rotate to me. However, I wasn't thinking too much, and I was still close enough to the truck where it did a lot of damage when he blew it up. So I had to kind of go down and put on some armor, and luckily the other guy ended up taking that guy out, so I was a 1v1 position, and it was an easy kill because he didn't know where I was. And that was actually the original guy that killed me right there. So I decided to do some teabagging and pulled out the win. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you